If you're writing the TEF exam, then you may want to know how to tackle the examiner counter in the speaking section B of the test. I don't really need it. Let's say you're asking them to take a course or try out an internship, and then they say, but I don't really need it at this point. Je n'en ai pas vraiment besoin, tu vois. Here's how you can respond. Here I've written down the sample answer from the candidate's point of view. We will first look at some advanced vocabulary and then move into the meaning of each of the sentences. So it's a one-page answer. Mind you, your answer need not be this long. Please don't worry. I've written a comprehensive answer so that the public of different kinds of levels from B1 up to C1, C2 can draw some sort of help or inspiration from this. Okay, but an average candidate aiming for a B2 need not give this long an answer. This is more of a C1, C2 level, but if you are able to replicate this answer, then the score will increase, of course. We'll look at some vocabulary. Prédire, prédire is to predict, okay, prédire l'avenir, predict future. L'écriture hiéroglyphique. L'écriture hiéroglyphique. So this is hieroglyphics. It is an ancient form of writing in Egypt when they used pictures for each letter. It's a pictorial form of writing. Another way of saying this is you can just, if you find it too long, you can just say les hiéroglyphes. So this is another word for the Egyptian form of ancient writing. Okay. Concevoir is to design a concept, to design something, design a plan, design a city, to design anything. Concevoir. Sache. Do you recognize the verb sache comes from savoir, which means to know. This is savoir in the imperative form. Know that. Sache que. Obligé de, if you have seen my previous videos, you know that obligé de means to feel compelled to feel forced to. Okay. En plus is a linking word. It means moreover, besides, in addition to this. En plus. Puisque is since. Puisque. And the last expression from this answer is il vaut mieux. Il vaut mieux followed by a verb. It means you had better or we had better do something. It is better to do something. Just because as I had better does not refer to something in the past. It's just an expression to mean it is better that we do something. So il vaut mieux followed by a verb means it is better to do something. Il vaut mieux won't change, okay? It is a set expression. Il vaut mieux partir à l'heure. It is better to leave on time. It is better to start on time. Il vaut mieux commencer tôt. It is better to start early. You will understand which subject the sentences are referring to only based on the context, but this expression il vaut mieux will remain unchanged regardless of the subject, and the verb will be in the full form profiter, partir, commencer. You don't have to conjugate it, which is a good thing. So now let's look at the meaning of each of these sentences. Je n'ai pas vraiment besoin de ça. The examiner says, I don't really need it. Okay. Candidate says, c'est ce que toi tu penses. That is what you think. Mais on ne sait jamais. But we never know. On ne peut pas prédire l'avenir. We cannot predict future. We don't know what's in store in future. Par exemple, quand Steve Jobs a appris l'écriture hiéroglyphique, il ne savait pas que, oh, there's a que missing, il ne savait pas que ce talent va lui servir à concevoir des polices sur Apple. For example, when Steve Jobs learnt this Egyptian writing, he did not know that this talent will be useful for him to design fonts on Apple. and this is going to bring him in tons of money, millions. Answers, to make them more original and realistic, it is good to bring in a real life example if you can. Okay, so the candidate saying, you're saying you don't need it, but we never know, we can't predict future. When Steve Jobs learned this course, Egyptian writing course, he had no idea that this talent will actually aid him in designing fonts on Apple, and this will end up bringing in millions. Okay, he didn't know, but he still learned it. So that's what this implies. Sache que tu n'es pas toujours obligé d'apprendre quelque chose seulement quand il y a besoin. Know that you are not compelled to learn something, quelque chose, something, only when there is a need for it. Seulement quand il y a besoin. Besoin is need. Apprends pour le plaisir. Just learn for the pleasure of it. Learn for the fun of it. En plus, puisque l'activité est gratuite, il vaut mieux en profiter. Moreover, because this activity is free, what's a harm in taking advantage of it? It is better to take advantage of it. Il vaut mieux en profiter. So here's an overall shot of the sample answer. If you have found this response useful, please share it with your friends who are doing the TEF exam. I'll see you in the next video.